So we're going to talk to 2G a little bit about scene one. Well, first of all, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit, if I may. A little
Uh-oh.
bit.
Let's do it.
So
I was
let's,
waiting on this.
of
Let's
course,
go.
of course, you know how I do. Okay, so in scene one, you're talking about the temperature being a nice 87 degrees. And one of the very first
hmm
things you mentioned um, were the sundresses. Is the first hot day in sundresses really a thing for the fellas? Are they really waiting for the first hot day every year so they can see us in sundresses? Is that really a thing? Because I hear a lot of people talk about that. I mean,
Well,
you
to
you
put it
mentioned
in
it
a
in your
simple
song.
term, yes, it is factual. Sundress season for the first hot day. It is a sign in Chicago that the summer is arrived. It is here, and if you're playing it right, you had yourself a good time. Sundresses and rompers are fluid. I
And
just don't
rompers.
want it. Yep. And
So
this is
ladies,
before
you
I
heard it.
wrote. Like that's crazy. I wrote that before the whole like rompers controversy really like took part. So I guess now I
Are
guess
we
that
gonna catch
kind of
catch two
yeah.
G in a romper? No, maybe.
No,
No.
no, no, no. No, we don't do
Not at
that.
all.
2G and rompers, nah. 2G and rompers don't mix. Nah,
But
that's like
the
vinegar
ladies
and
can wear the
strawberry
rompers
cake.
though,
We don't
right?
do that.
Yeah, we'll leave the rompers to the ladies. But ladies, we've had the first hot day already in Chicago. So you heard the man. If you have not worn your sundress
Yes,
yet, you have permission. You actually have been requested to wear your sundress for the summer in
yes.
Chicago. So
It's a,
you heard it here.
it's a it's an unwritten requirement. You got to have your sundresses ready for the first hot day. This is
So pull them out.
it's only right.
Right. So talk to us about seeing one a little bit. What kind of things do you want to make sure you had in there and when you were planning it out? Like I thought it was perfect how you kind of were on one train of thought, then all of a sudden you were like, oh, I forgot to hit Dre like that. Like I could just see someone going through their day and
Yeah.
doing this and doing that. I'm like, oh my God, I forgot to hit the homie back. So what was kind of going through your head when you decided to write that out?
Well, for the first song, but it just gave me that in itself. Like when you really listen to how it drops, the saxophone in the back, how it's just coordinated, it of it being a first hot day. And it's not because it's a holiday and you got to get up and do things a certain. You wake up and sometimes your baby mama screaming in back. Sometimes you hear just fussings and to the hotness. And you know what I'm saying? You catch a phone call from one of your partners or you miss a call on the news. It's just regular things that's going on. There's nothing too crazy about it. It's just all that type of scene for you to be in it so that you settled in. Great opener for that.
Yeah.
I just felt like, again, this could, you know what I'm saying, do. Because I do that on occasion.
Right.
A special thing about it being the first hot, I kind of wanted to really give you the feeling of what's going on.
Okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna say this to you real quick. Lean to your left or to your right because you're breaking up a little bit. And I know that
Um,
you're out of the
and
country, so I know service is gonna be a little shoddy. Um, yeah, stand on one foot or put one arm in the air, that type of thing. No, it's not horrible, but it is, I don't want to lose the calls. What I don't want to happen. So, um, just to mention that.
right. I'm kind of pacing a little bit just to make sure I'm kind of in place. But man,
Yeah. Wherever you were when you first started was great.
um,
So let's hang out there.
all right. Let me see if I get back to it
And
about
the joys of
this good.
live broadcasting. Yeah, you're good. The world of live broadcasting. So yeah, so a little
Man,
bit, you have the different voices that are on there other than yours. Who are some of the people that were on there doing the other voices? Because I know that they weren't all you.
well, here's with the voices as far as the story as the songs are going on. The surprising thing of it is, yep, that's all me.
You
The
don't
only
say.
thing I have on the yeah, I just had my engineer kind of pitch up the voices, alter it a little bit so I could give it a good kick. Hey, I just wanted to give like different inflections when I recorded it, so that the voice ultimately could kind of do their thing. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's some appearances on there. I can't tell you until you know what I'm saying you peep the EP though.
But can I say the dope part about that is, and people hear me say this all the time, so I, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, so many artists today sound the same. Like you can't tell one from the other. Like their cadence is the same, their voice is the same, and to have you being on, a song where you actually sound different from yourself on multiple occasions in one song or on one album, makes that really dope because we've kind of far gone is the era where we actually could hear, every MC that came on the radio, or on the TV. You knew who they were. You don't even turn and look, or you don't even have to check to see, the little song title that came up on the radio if you had it back then, which you probably didn't. But but we knew who they were because of the sound of their voice, and I think that's something that we're missing today from a lot of our hip hop artists, especially the ones that are doing what they're calling mumble rap. Everyone sounds
Yeah,
the same. Even I saw Futures trying to sue designer for sounding like him on Panda. So
yeah, it's getting real out here. It used to come a time where I did not think it was possible for you to sound like the next person.
right.
And here we are. We are confusingly in the generation where that can actually be said. Like, that's nuts. That's why I try to differentiate myself in more than many ways. I ain't got to go into that, but I just offer me.
Right. Well, it's dope. You're doing your thing. So kudos to you for that because that is one of the things that I picked up. I was like, is this 2G on here? This voice and that voice. I was joking with 2G when I heard the album and I was like, what this is like? This is like the Chicago edition of the movie Friday, but on wax.
You know what's crazy? As soon as you told me that, I instantly started laughing because that fit perfect.
Doesn't that sum it up? Like as soon as it came, I was just like, that's
Like,
exactly what that is.
Yeah. Like, I didn't think it was, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy because that is an absolute depiction of, that's not what I was thinking about when I made it, but the fact that it's been, you know what I'm saying, seen in that caliber is like, that is crazy because Friday's a classic.
Right. I was saying, Friday's a classic. So that's what's up. So we are going to get into the second song on here, which is, of course, entitled Scene 2. So tell us before we get into it, what kind is going on in Scene 2? So we're at the second part of the story.
With Scene 2, this is where things start to really pick up. This is where I guess you could say the day is in full swing. I ain't gonna say this has begun, but it's in full swing because if you notice the end of Scene 1, I get a call, you know what I mean, from Dre telling me to meet me up at Hyde Park, and so I'm getting ready to leave the house. I'm going in the car, and the rest of it's just the journey on the way there. So Scene 2 picks up from me getting to where I need to meet Dre, and then we talking, and then the day goes to who? I can't even. You have to listen to see. If I could give that type of description, you got to tune in to Scene 2.
Yeah. All right. So yes, let's play Scene 2 then, and we'll come right back, and we'll talk about that a little bit more, and talk about what's next for 2G, even though it's a bit soon because he's on tour right now. But yeah, let's check it out. This is Scene 2 on the First Hot Day EP by D2G. Be right back.
Uh-huh.
Well, you say that you've been busy. Well, you say, well, is he really? And somebody's trying to beat your time. Well, you say, well, is he?
52nd Street off Harper was where I parked. Linking up with Dre so this business meeting could start. So I hit him up in Promontory, take a couple shots. But I sensed a different energy once I stepped in the spot. He seemed bothered, and I already figured this an emergency. Never text me with this type of sense of urgency. Plus I see his glass filled up with Hennessy neat. Greet my brother, then I ask him like, what's the word on the street? He say,
it's bugged out, bro, you wouldn't believe.
I'm like, spill it out, man. What's this trouble that I peep? That's when I suddenly notice blood drips on his feet. And he telling me some cats tried jumping him up the street. Yo, get the
I swear to God, I was coming out Uncle Joe's. 5 of them was pressing like they want to rumble, bro.
Wait, Uncle Joe's though? You mean over by Kenwood?
Had it not been for one time, they would've did me in good.
Nah. You see where them went when you dipped out?
They was over by Blackstone chillin'. That shit was stripped out.
Nah, this had just happened.
Yo, my mom is true.
That mean we'll probably catch them still over there too. Don't worry about it, bro. Goof. Ain't finna trouble shit. I'ma hit the guys on the horn. We finna settle this. Tell them meet us back at your crib like ASAP. They picked the right ones on a good day. It's payback. Nah, bro, I ain't trying to hear all that, man. Them niggas over there?
Yeah,
them clown niggas over there, bro?
Bruh, it was them dirty dread?
No, let's hit the crib up real quick.
Nah, we
Leave this shit, bro.
So
We ain't
calm
around
down.
here. Why the f*** they trying to pull that
Calm down, bro.
That's all right.
Everything good?
Just wait. As soon as I get off the 6 man, we at the area, bro.
Aight.
Tight, I got you.
Alright.
Getting impatient, hella pacing in the living room. Thinking about that good ass whooping I'ma deliver soon. VH1 running reruns of Black Ink. And while Dre trying to calm me down, the doorbell rings. It's the squad, so we getting up the head downstairs. Somehow, getting the thirsty quench for blood in the air. Open the door, I see 40 with Dale, Jeremy, and Jared. No talking once we see him, it's popping like a bucket of Gary. Walking over the Blackstone with a vengeance, cause been popping shit for a while. It's time to end this. Sure enough, posting on the corner, blowing joints aloud. Dre give me the eye to confirm. I tell him point them out. One of them see us and instantly get the whooping. Now these moms getting charged up. Hope they got their guards up, cause how I'm feeling short fused, ready to get them scarred up. Getting closer to him, nothing left to do but squad up. Stole the first that made him move. Rocked the shit. No started gushing and leaking. He couldn't stop it. Now it's just an all-out brawl. Man, catching fades left and right, looking something like out of world star. Old school beef getting settled right in the street. Till I hear Jerry screaming, yeah, I hate, bro. Look up, a dirty dread pointed at me. Luckily, Dale was right behind him, caught the with a sneak. That's how I know I'm under God's good graces and faith. He dropped his piece and then had his gun off safe. Shots fired, ain't nobody get hit, so we all scatter. But while the cop was rolling past, bullet made a glass shatter. Legs wasn't working quite like I thought. Soon as I started to make a run, the boy death got caught. Sweating in the back of the paddy wagon, just like I came from Bally's. The next stop was 26 in Cali.
Wanna say that you've been busy? What you say? Well, it's here. And somebody's trying.
You're listening to Support the Dope Radio. I'm your host, CB, and that was scene 2 of the first Hot Day EP, which was released today by our guest, D2G. So,
Yes.
let me just say that is a favorite of mine. And the bass line is crazy on that song. Like, when I first heard it, I was just like,
Yeah,
okay,
that was one of...
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Scene 2. What's happening? So, and
that bass line was driving, man. That
right? I can't wait to see you do that live. You have to do that live.
Oh, that's in the works. That is definitely in the works.
See, we're on the same page. And I also like, and you guys won't get to hear it today, but you can hear it today if you go listen to the EP, but you won't hear it on this show. Is what I'm saying to you. But another one of my favorite parts.
Gotta go get it.
Yes, you do. And I already said this to 2G is the outro at the end, like. That was so classic, like hip-hop album to me. Like, I love that. You guys have to go check that out from beginning to end. You gotta listen to it all in one sitting. But yeah, that ending is...
That was... Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. That was probably my top favorite part about making the whole album, aside from getting past the first song. Like, album when it's probably scene 3, I went to all of that, but going on, you know what I'm saying, the last scene is, I'm going to just say this, I had such fun making that scene and getting what I needed to get on there. I honestly had to do I need a better set of friends, because this part right here is kind of like, they think I just go around and do this. Like, this is just wild. Like, how many of us have them? Friends. That's my... Man...
That's dope though. Like I was like, I kind of miss this type of, the interludes you used to get, on albums and the intros and
Yeah.
outros. I missed that. I even, missed the liners that came inside, the cassette tapes and the CD out, albums. You could pull out the pages and look at all the
Yes.
pictures and the lyrics.